Hey, what up guys, it's Ron with PC Battlestations, and today we're going to take a look at the Scythe Mugen 5 Rev B air cooler. And the Rev B includes the AM4 mounting kit along with Intel. And for those of you who don't know, Scythe is known for excellent price for performance cooling. So you get silent cooling at a low price. So we're going to unbox it and we'll take a look at the performance. Let's do this. It still has the 6 heat pipes like the Ninja 5 does, and it's slightly offset, so that base plate is not kind of directly under the radiator. It's kind of offset and kind of tilted, so it allows for that fan to kind of get installed and not get in the way of the ram sticks that are on the right hand side. So you can still install 2 fans on this. Right now it only comes with 1, but it does include the mounting kit for 2 fans, and then the fan that's included is not RGB. They sent the Kazi Flex 120 RGB fan over, so we mounted that. They also sent the Kazi Flex 140s over, so I put those in the case. All in all, it took about 10 minutes to install. It was pretty easy with the AM4 brackets, and I also like that it comes with a long screwdriver so you can get down there and kind of screw that into that mounting plate. So the dimensions of the Mugen 5 is 130 millimeters wide by 154.5 millimeters tall and 110 millimeters deep with the fan installed. And then 55 millimeters for the height of the ram. And it's compatible with all the major sockets out there. So just so you know, I plugged in the Kazi Flex 120, the fan that's installed on the CPU air cooler, plugged that into the CPU fan header on my motherboard, and then to get RGB, it's going to take the 12 volt 4-pin RGB connector, and also the Kazi Flex 140 RGB. To get that, they are also the 12 volt 4-pin RGB connectors. I was able to daisy chain those fans together, and also the 4-pin PWM to control the fan speeds. I was able to plug those into my case fan hub. So if you don't have the case fan hub or anything like that, and you don't have enough headers on your motherboard, you're going to need to try and get a fan hub to, for the PWM control, and also you should be able to daisy chain those fans to get the RGB. And like I said, I installed the Kazi Flex 120 RGB, which has RPMs of anywhere from 300 RPM to about 1200 RPMs, and then the 140 Kazi Flex saw about 300 RPM all the way up to 1800. I believe ASUS, my motherboard, saw about 1900, and then I think on the CPU fan it saw about 1400 RPMs. All right, the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's take a look at the performance of this bad boy. Let's see how it compares to all the other coolers that I've tested so far. Been about a handful. I have a lot more to test, and I'll have a little more complete list here shortly. We'll do maybe like a whole air cooler lineup. Before right now, the way I tested is using Prime 95, targeting the CPU using the small FFTs. Run that for about 25 minutes, and I stop all the Windows updates and all of the processes and stuff like that. So idle speeds on this thing, the temperatures were about 40 degrees Celsius with about 41 decibel noise level. And you can see it's a little bit better than the Deep Cool and the AMD stock cooler. Not as good as the Beast, the Ninja 5 though. And then load, I did a test at maxing it out at 800 RPMs, all the fans in the case. And you can see that temperature was in 65 degrees Celsius with 44 decibel noise level. And so that one did a little bit worse than the Ninja 5, but like I said, the Ninja 5 is a beast, and did a little bit worse than the Deep Cool Gamax, but obviously way better than the AMD stock cooler, which is the Wraith Prism. And then what I also tested is max RPM on all the fans. So the Scythe Flex 120 maxed out at about 1400 RPMs, and the 140s were about 1900 RPMs. And the temperature on the Mugen 5 was about 58.9 degrees Celsius with 55 noise decibels, or 55 decibel noise level. And it did sound like my PC did want to take off, so it was definitely loud. So you probably don't want to do that unless you want, max cooling. If you have headphones on, you're playing or whatever, or don't mind the noise of all the fans, maxing out the RPMs. So it did better than the Deep Cool and the AMD stock cooler, but not quite as good as the Ninja 5. But again, the noise level was definitely loud compared to the rest. So what do we look? So what we learn looking, I need to slow down. So what we learned looking at the performance of the Mugen 5, it definitely has a smaller footprint within your case. It doesn't cover up the RAM and your motherboard like the Ninja 5 does, but if max cooling, is definitely something you need to take a look at, or you want, the Ninja 5 is definitely up there. The Mugen 5 takes up less real estate. It is $11 cheaper than the Ninja 5. It's cheaper than the Noctua. So take a look at Scythe's products. If you're looking for some quality, silent air cooling, Scythe products are definitely great for the price for performance. You can't go wrong. So hopefully guys, you learned something in this video, and hopefully you enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys in the next one.